What's up? What's up? Welcome to the channel. The channel's going over, getting out of your comfort zone, stop being complacent, and pushing through when you feel like you want to stop. And there's reasons behind it, of course. You get complacent. One, you get out of shape. Two, you start mentally, you know, losing confidence in yourself and things like that. So what we want to do here is push everybody to push to the next level, whether in any goal you want it to be, right? So I have quite a few things that I've been through in life that give me the experience to help people out. Uh, I was a Marine Corps veteran. I am a Marine Corps veteran. I don't know why I said was, but I'm a Marine Corps veteran, so I've been tippity top shape before in my life. I'm getting back to that point now. Um, I play basketball, so I have some insights on that. I'm a father. I messed up quite a bit as a father, so I have insights on that. Just a lot of things that you could do as a human being to better what you're already doing. And one of the things I wanted to go over today is giving yourself grace. I messed up in a lot of things. And the only way to fix those things is one, notice it, see what you're doing that's incorrect, not done the right way, and then going through and fixing those things. My kids were younger. I wasn't in the right headspace, so I was angry all the time and frustrated. Like every little thing frustrated me. Not a very proud time in my life, but I would say I wasn't the best when it came to dealing with just about anybody, let alone, my children who wanted to learn and wanted to do things, wanted to have fun, and, just highly active, which is horrible because I grew up in a house where my mom and my daddy adopted a lot of kids, mainly us, mainly me and my little sisters, but my birth mother had a lot of us. So, but we also had other people in the house. It was like 13, right? Like there were like around 13 people in the house, if I'm not mistaken, right? Mom and daddy, two brothers, third brother, five of us. Then grandma, granddaddy, Ashan. At one point, it was like 16, 17 people in the house. So you would think I would be used to the chaos. Well, after being out of that and being out of the military and, just living with me and my wife and not necessarily like being around too many people, you get used to your routines. And then the babies come. And of course, they need attention. And it shouldn't have been an issue. But there are things that I felt like in life I wasn't able to get to. Not because of them, but because of everything else. Having to work and, doing all these things that didn't necessarily, like it helped me grow, of course, but it wasn't what I thought would be my life, I guess you could say, like working in a corporate company, but I mean, a lot of us have to. So I would be consistently irritable. And that's one of the things that I saw that I couldn't do. And it wasn't just me. My wife pointed it out. Like, you were the type of person that, despite my flaws, you thought I would be a great father. She thought I would be a great father. Especially since my background is, my my mom was on drugs. I went through the system, the foster system, and then finally got adopted by my family, So I should have been like the greatest dad, right? But mentally, I was all messed up. And it didn't work out that way. I'm adjusting a lot of things now. My kids like being around me a lot more now. It's like I don't get frustrated with them. I think I've come to a point of understanding one, myself and them. And the other crazy part about it is I have a little brother he can't talk, walk, he can't do anything for himself. And from like 8th grade until I went to the military, it might have been earlier than that, honestly. But I was taking care of him all the time. All the time. Like if I go home now and my mom says my name, he loses his mind, laughing, like giggling, stuff like that, because pretty much I was dealing with him every day if I wasn't at work or at school. So I should have been the greatest parent. And again, it's not my proudest moment. Actually, it's one of the ones I look back on and I'm like, you piece of shit, right? It's I should have noticed the small things and like enjoy those things. Now, mind you, it wasn't all the time, but it was like a lot of the time. Yelling, screaming. I'm naturally a loud person, but I shouldn't have been as loud with them. Like playing, sure, but just everyday things, and they're not doing something I need them to do. And instead of taking into the fact that they're children, I'm thinking like how I would perceive it, right? But on top of that, I had the notion of, I was doing things when I was like 5, 6 years old because I didn't have anybody to do them for me. I was in the system. Like either the family I was with wasn't taking care of me, like they ain't really give a shit if I lived or died. Honestly, I was a paycheck because in the foster system, when you're in the foster care, like there's a lot of people out there that just do it for a paycheck, and I've been to a lot of those places. And then also when I was with my mom, bless her soul, like my birth mother, I was still doing it myself because again, they were on drugs, not like they were smoking weed. They were on drugs. So I was doing these things myself, and instead of protecting my children, letting them be kids, which I never really got to do, I was hard on them. And like I said, it's not a proud moment of mine. And now I sit and I think about like all this time when I was in that mindset. Like I ruined times that I could have had with my kids that would have been a lot better. And I know that. But the part of giving the grace to yourself is like I screwed up. I messed up big time. But now I'm fixing it. Like I can't go back into the past, but I can adjust myself to be better than what I was. And now mind you, I wasn't abusing the kids. I wasn't fucking starving them. I wasn't doing anything. Like I was just loud. Right? Or like playing with them would be, if I'm trying to do something else, it would be not necessarily a burden, but I would treat it as such. Because again, I was fucked up mentally, right? So now, of course, there's a difference between discipline and just being a dickhead. And now I feel good about this part because now when it's time for discipline, there will be disciplinary actions that take place. But majority of the times I can sit and joke with them. The only time that I yell now is shower time because they fight with me to not get in the shower. And then of course if they're doing something unsafe. If they're doing something unsafe, I can't control that part. Hey, no, don't do that. Right? So those are the only times I yell now. And as you can see, my whole mood changes because I actually do feel good about the fact that I have adjusted a lot of that. Like a lot of the things that I didn't get growing up, I'm able to now give to them because I fixed the issues that I was having. I fixed where I was going wrong. And I gave myself grace to be like, hey, you fucked up, but here, you can fix it, right? I prayed on it a lot. I talked to my mom and my daddy a lot. Like, I even called my daddy and was like, hey, you didn't really yell. My mama yelled at us all the time, though. All the time. I mean, that was our conversation point, was we get yelled at. Love you, mama. But it's one of those things where I reached out to him. I go, hey, like, you didn't yell. Like, the only time we actually, like, dealt with you when stuff was going bad is when mama already yelled, and, you know, it was that time for that butt whooping. And he was like, well, how long or how many times you been a dad? I was like, this is the first time. He was like, exactly. Like, nobody gets it right the first time. Yeah, you could do things better, but that's, you go through, you pray, and you do things, you try to do things better. And I gave myself that grace instead of just continuously beating myself up, because I know that I'm my worst critic. There are times I stayed up at night crying like, yo, I don't know why I'm so frustrated. Come to find out that I did figure out the frustration and why I was there, and it was because I felt as if I wasn't chasing any dreams. I wasn't doing anything that I wanted to do with life. You know, like, I was like overweight. No, fuck it, I was fat. I had 278 pounds, and mentally it was messing me up because, again, I was in the Marine Corps in great shape, you know, running around, like, just always in good shape. So being overweight messing with me mentally, of course, physically, like, I didn't have the energy. And, like, nothing I was doing felt like it was panning out. And instead of, you know, fixing it then, I was blinded by my own ridiculousness. And everybody else was there, and they got it taken out on them. You know, my misery. That's why I do believe when people are just miserable all the time and negative all the time, there's something wrong with them, like, the inside. And you got to fix that, and nobody else can fix that. So basically, this video was just, you know, to throw out the fact that you should give yourself grace. If you know you figured out the problem, all right, you messed it up. Now stand 10 toes and push forward and do it right. And once you do, you'll feel a hell of a lot better. Again, there are times I yell still. And there are times where I'll yell at one of the kids, and it'd be for incorrect reason. And I think something else would be going on, but it's not. And I'll happily apologize, like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it this way, right? And I'll fix it quick. Whereas before, you know, I'd feel so bad about doing it that I would just sit on it. I wouldn't apologize. I wouldn't say nothing about it. I'd just sit on it because I'm so stuck in thought of, like, man, you fucking up, that I wouldn't even go to address or correct it. So give yourself grace, find the problem, fix it, push forward, do better. And then life would be better. It's a lot better for me. I'm a lot happier now. Like, just every day, just a lot happier. Like, I go work out, I go play my basketball, I come home, I talk smack with the kids. I do want for my kids to grow up, you know what I'm saying, they know that I'm there for them. Like, they I don't know if they know it now. I'm there. Like, even when I was angry all the time, I put somebody in the ground over my kids. Thing is, though, they wouldn't know that because of the way that I reacted to majority of the things going on. And I want them to be able to call me when shit goes sideways and be like, Daddy, I need this. Shit, all right. Now, again, there will be discipline. So there's that aspect of, no, I'm not their friend. I am their parent. But the way I address things have changed drastically. And they continue to change even more. The more I fix it, the more they will change. So Again, give yourself grace. You know, push forward. Yes, I'm driving. I can't just look at you and talk. I'm on the way home from work, and I wanted to push this out anyway. So, y'all have a good one. Peace.